All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going deep into security and risk management, specifically the ASIS CPP exam.
Oh yeah, the CPP.
Now, I know, it doesn't exactly sound like a party,
It's pretty loose.
but trust me, this is fascinating stuff. We're talking about how organizations make decisions about safety, data protection, all those security measures we deal with every day.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Exactly. And we're getting our insights from, get this, a training video for the ASIS CPP exam.
So like a masterclass for security professionals?
Yeah, a peek behind the curtain.
Um,
So one of the practice questions throws us right into a hiring scenario. A company wants to do drug tests.
okay, standard procedure for a lot of places.
Right, but my first thought is, whoa, what about privacy? Can they just share those results? Like, with anyone?
You hit a crucial point. Confidentiality is key here.
Yeah.
And it's not just about respecting the applicant's privacy, though that's huge. Obviously, we're talking serious legal stuff if they mess this up.
Okay, so not just good practice, it's the law. What kind of legal trouble are we talking?
Well, think HIPAA in the US, protecting health information, right? Mishandling those drug test results could be a direct violation, lawsuits, penalties, the whole 9 yards.
And it's not just healthcare, right? Other industries have their own rules, too.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay, so much bigger deal than I realized. Makes you think twice about those forms you sign when you apply for a job.
Definitely.
Okay, next question. And this time we're thinking like security pros. How do you protect a company's information?
Big question.
Right. My first thought is firewalls, strong passwords, all that tech stuff.
It's a natural starting point, but the most crucial first step is actually figuring out what you're trying to protect.
Oh, so not just building walls, but figuring out what's behind those walls that's actually worth protecting.
Exactly. We call it identifying and classifying information assets. Not all data is created equal.
Right, like some stuff is more sensitive than others.
So there's like the crown jewels, trade secrets, financial records, customer data. You guard that with everything you've got.
Makes sense. You don't need Fort Knox for your grocery list.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Other info might be less critical, like memos or marketing materials. The point is to figure out what's most sensitive, where it's stored, so you can build your defenses strategically.
So it's like creating a treasure map for data, figuring out where the real gold is.
I like that. It's about understanding the value of different types of information and protecting it accordingly.
All right, question 3. What makes a really good information security program? And I'm guessing it's not just about having the latest tech or the longest passwords.
You're on the right track.
It's got to be about adaptability, right?
Yeah.
Because the world of cyber threats is constantly changing.
You got it. The best programs are constantly reviewing and updating their policies.
So it's a living thing, always adapt.
Exactly, like updating your phone's software, patching those security holes,
Otherwise, you're just waiting to get hacked.
pretty much.
All right, let's talk money. Question 4. How do you justify spending on security when budgets are always tight?
Ah, the classic dilemma.
Right. I mean, there's employee surveys, right? See how secure they feel, or maybe just check if people are actually following the rules.
Those are good for understanding the current situation, but to really justify those security investments, you need a cost-benefit analysis.
Okay, break that down for me. What are we actually weighing here?
On one side, the potential cost of a security breach.
Okay, so like what's the damage?
Stolen data, lawsuits, regulatory fines, reputational damage, it can be massive, both financially and for trust with customers.
Yeah, one breach can really snowball.
Absolutely. Then on the other side, you've got the cost of implementing those security measures, new tech, training, even personnel. You compare the two, see where the balance lies.
So if a new firewall costs, say, 50 grand, but it could prevent a data breach that would cost 10 times that, that's a no-brainer.
Exactly. It's about making smart decisions, not just throwing money at the problem.
Okay, starting to see how it all fits together. But how do you even calculate the potential cost of a breach? Do security pros just, like, make up a number?
Not exactly. There's a method to the madness. Involves a few key acronyms. Ready for this?
Hit me with them.
We've got annual loss expectancy, or ALE. To get there, you need single loss expectancy, SLE, and annualized rate of occurrence, ARO.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What do those actually mean in plain English?
So SLE, that's the financial hit from a single security incident.
Okay.
Say a company's customer database gets hacked, they lose info on, like, 10,000 people. SLE is the estimated financial damage from that one event.
So that's the what if the worst happens number. But how do you know how likely that worst case actually is?
That's where ARO comes in, estimating the probability of that specific incident happening in a year, looking at past data, industry trends, their own vulnerabilities, and they basically come up with a percentage.
So it's like a risk assessment, factoring in all the weak spots and how likely they are to be exploited.
Exactly. And once you have your SLE and your ARO, you multiply them together, bam, that's your ALE.
Okay, so it's a risk-based equation. This is way more interesting than I thought it would be.
It's all about quantifying risk and making informed decisions based on data. And it gets even more interesting when you apply it to real-world scenarios.
Well, hold that thought. Well, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Before we go, I want to leave our listeners with this thought. Security isn't just the responsibility of IT or security professionals, it's everyone's responsibility.
So true. We all play a role in keeping things safe.
Exactly. So next time you see a security procedure, instead of rolling your eyes, think about why it's there. It might just change your perspective.
Maybe even appreciate it a little bit.
Maybe.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay secure.
See you on the next one.